Okay, I think we're all set up. Hey everybody, after that high energy thing, what am I supposed to do? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to warn y'all, if you haven't eaten breakfast before you watch this, you probably should go grab some sort of like food or something, because this game is like food subliminal messaging, especially at like the higher levels of play. So, without much ado, let me just go swing on over to one of my favorites. Let me make sure it's loaded up first though. Okay. Ooh, yes. There we go. That's the noise I wanted to hear today. Oh, it's loud in my ears, and it's really good. Okay, so this is Cook Serve Delicious 2. It's a really good, like, restaurant sim thing, which is like a bunch of micro games. It gets incredibly frantic, and is probably one of my favorite games. And I'm just gonna, like, turn this down a little bit on both ends, because it is loud in my ears right now. Delicious. Cook, serve. Okay, so I'm gonna get chat up in this window, and let's go. So, I could just do, like, the thing where I start from 0 and then explain everything as I start, but it's like 2 hours of me doing this, and I would be sort of bored, so I can explain this while I go along. So, this is Cook Serve Delicious 2. There's a few different things you can do. Either you can do all of these levels, which is what's called Chef for Hire, or you can open up your own restaurant, and that's the whole like main mode of Cook Serve Delicious 2, where you're going out there and you're serving your food, your menu to people. Mine's kind of crap because I haven't unlocked a lot of stuff because I've been grinding so much time into the Chef for Hire mode. The other thing you can do is, for that Cook Serve Delicious mode, you can also design your own restaurant, which I have taken the liberty of doing, but I have seen some horrifying examples of people putting like dog pictures all over the wall. So actually this is my slot 1. If I go to slot 2, this is an entirely blank one. So for instance, I could go in here and choose like, let's see, like this type of wall, throw like an accent on there, like this, and like a panel or something. Just keep going with stuff like this until I find something that I hate. But I'm not here to demonstrate. Oh god, sorry, hang on. I have to switch back. I don't like being in this dark, abandoned restaurant. Okay. I'm not here to faff about with the restaurant mode, though. As much as I do love, like, creating that thing, I'm here to go into the Chef for Hire mode, and I have to set down a stream rule, because if I don't do this, then I'm gonna mulligan 1,000 times. I'm gonna let myself do 1 level restart per level that I do, because otherwise, I'm just going to restart and restart and restart until I get a gold medal. And while that's great for me, that's hardly compelling to watch. So, let me show you an example of something kind of crazy. Let's see, is this the one? No, that's the other one. Here we go. This should be, here we go. So there's a sushi restaurant, for instance, and sushi in this game gets crazy if it's paired with some other difficult recipes. This one has a menu of sushi, ramen, and tofu, I think, and then there's a bunch of side dishes. So, this is how Cook Serve Delicious 2 works. If you've ever played the original, you see on the side there are order stations, 1 through 6. The new feature for Cook Serve Delicious 2 is these 4 things up top called holding stations. Holding stations have 3 types of food. You can put in holding station only food, where they can only be prepped there. You can put in optional food, where they can be prepped in advance for the holding station, and then as orders come up, you can put them out. Or you can put something in called side dishes, which extend the amount of patience people have for waiting for their food to come up. In this restaurant, in this level for Chef for Hire, we only have side dishes. So I can just do this. And I've just made some egg drop soup, and that'll instantly make people more patient with me when I'm doing this crazy thing. Now this is why I say you should eat before you watch, because this stream is going to be like a lot of food sizzling and a lot of cooking noises, and it's fun to watch for me a lot of the time, but I also have a hard time talking while playing this, so this is going to be interesting. Okay. And also, I'm freaking cold, so my hands are like shaking on the keyboard while I do this. Rice, carrot, shrimp. Okay, so when you have these open, you have different pages, which is something else different. So, for instance, if I want to do ramen, I go R-O, and then for kakini, I do K, and for the pork, I press P. Shovigans took a lot of effort, I think, to rebind everything in these games to be a little more understandable. And part of what helps is that you got alternate pages going on. Oh, geez. Now, the problem is, I think I may have done this so it has a lot of slowdown, so 1 second. It's all up on Ultra, but I'm doing it in windowed mode. And I didn't test that specific aspect before I started up. So let me mess with these graphics a bit. Okay. Let's go mediums on me. See if that messes with it a little bit. Okay, back to it. Let's try this again. Okay. Another thing about this game is that the music's absolutely banging, so if you hear me like tapping against the desk or snapping, just excuse me. I love it that much. Rice, sesame, avocado, salmon, mayo. The fun thing about making sushi in this game is after you get the whole roll thing done, you can just like slam the cut button 9 times. Rice, salmon, crab, wasabi, eel, tuna. Now this looks pretty easy now. There's going to be something that comes in later called a rush hour, which is going to be absolute hell for me, especially on this level. So I am super ready right now, but I'm probably going to be crying about... Oh, shit. I already messed up. Oh. Well, you got a sushi roll where I hecked. Sorry, buddy. Rice, sesame, carrots. Mayo, wasabi, asparagus. Oh, no. I am a torrent of emotions right now. Wasabi eel. By the way, if anyone's uncomfortable with like roaches and flies and stuff, there's actually a mode to turn off like how the vermin pictures look. So if anyone wants me to turn that on, I will gladly do so, since it is kind of hard to look at. Okay, here we go. Mayo, asparagus. Shit. Oh, Lord. And just to remind everybody, I'm doing this as a part of our extra live stream for Voxus. We do this every year to raise money for the chillins. I think this year is going to the Dell Children's Hospital. Oh, man, I feel like I'm under fire while I'm doing this. So if someone could drop a donate link in the chat for me, please, 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 if you can spare some money for us, please donate. If you can't, spread the word. I don't know who's going to be up at 5 a.m. in the morning, but, you know, it's worth a shot, right? Mussel, scallion, salt, pepper, togarashi. Soy sauce, tofu, puree, green onion. Oh, shit. I put on the wrong ingredient. Okay, so this is where I use that mulligan thing I was talking about. So, there are other things in this game. They're called chores. It's basically like this thing is supposed to simulate the upkeep of a restaurant. So you do get chores where you're taking care of pests, cleaning out the toilet after someone didn't flush. Other sorts of things that you sort of expect in normal restaurant upkeep. Cleaning the dishes, refilling your soda machine, etc., etc. I don't... There's some of the... So some of the chores tend to go really easy. You sort of learn which ones to prioritize. Trash tends to be one of the harder ones because as you get further into the day, you end up with more trash, which means you have to mash the trash into the Shoot, my brain's shorting out right now. Which means you have to mash the trash into the dumpster. And then the other ones, there's also a dishwashing one, which takes like a legitimate amount of time. You can't just rush that chore. The easier ones are ones where you're taking care of... Oh, thanks, Jade. The easier ones are ones where you're taking care of things like the pests, or if you're flushing the toilet, which it just see that come up every time, and I'm just like, ah, yes, this is the true experience. Always remember the heroes who clean up the bathrooms. Okay. The nice thing about these is that I think the way that he designed the game was that originally he wanted it so that people could have like mnemonics for a lot of the recipes. I haven't developed any for something like ramen because there's so much happening in it. But for some of the smaller recipes, you can just like sort of say a string of letters. And that sort of helps you get by. So rice, carrots, and sometimes you just have to memorize the buttons in cases like this. Mayo, asparagus. I really am also in the mood for sushi, but it's like 5 a.m., which is either a really bad time or a really good time for sushi, depending on how you think about it. Green onion. Cabbage, egg, scallions, togarashi. But see, the problem is this also makes me want ramen, which is a really good late-night food, and I know for a fact there's nowhere around here that's open right now, which would serve that. Cabbage, egg, scallion, togarashi. Rice. Ah, shoot. So the thing about Cook Serve Delicious is that in the holding station, to sort of keep you from just holding ingredients all the time, shoot, things that you make can go bad. Oil, kakani. So to sort of balance that out, you just have to either keep making food or just pay attention to the holding bar. The reason why you want side dishes, besides the fact that they sort of extend your customers' patience in this game, is because they also give you extra money for making what's called a delicious order. If you've looked at the little side menu as I've been passing orders through there, you can see... Oh, shit. Damn it. You can see that little face right there, the blue men, mean that the order was just sort of an average one, which means that they're not great, but, you know, they're serviceable. They work. Corn, kamaboko, togarashi. Shoot. Kamaboko. Muscle, nori. Sesame seeds. Sorry, I have to recite these for a second. Corn, kamaboko, togarashi. Mustard sauce, tofu, peri, okra. So, the thing about it is that... Ah, shoot. I can't remember. This is the kind of game where you just sit down and you go in and you sort of space out while you're doing it. This is one of those games that's really good at promoting flow state, which is one of my favorite things about games. That's also why I like the Wario games a lot, because it's very much more about reaction than you would originally think it was. R-O-E-B. Work. Cabbage, corn, egg, mussel, togarashi. Okay, so ironically, in this one, the tofu is actually the easiest dish to make, because you only have to put on about 4 ingredients in every permutation of it. And all of the buttons, for the most part, make sense in your brain. U-K-N-S. R-O. Chashu. And B sheets. Okay. Rice, sesame, avocado. Shit. I gotta focus. Oh, no. That's bad. I accidentally... The other thing that you can do, and I feel like this wouldn't actually happen in a restaurant, but I don't know the actual chaos of one, is that you can accidentally put out your orders like way earlier than you're supposed to. Which means that if you don't mess up, you still get like an average order. And if you do mess up, I think the guy gets like angry at you, which is great for your restaurant buzz, because I'm playing chef for hire mode, though. It doesn't matter as much because you're just wrecking some other restaurant's reputation instead of your own. And you kind of wonder why they keep hiring you back after you do that, but it's okay. It's just one bad order, right? Just one. I could probably go through an entire day just totally messing up orders, though. And because of the nature of this game, it'd still be like, well, we gotta like take you back because you're like the only chef here. So, okay. Oh. Ah, I love those sizzling noises so much. They just like inhabit my ears. I'm gonna swap to a way easier thing for me to understand, but not to play shortly after this one, because this is really one of the more difficult ones. There are like a ton of buttons to hit. Okay, EB, UKN, S. But yeah, the problem with this level is that they're so complex that there's like a ton of buttons to hit. And it gets really confusing. So that means that when I'm trying to say anything, my thoughts just get like all over the place. I'm taking a lot of time to just make this guy's meal. Bye. Okay. So that was a 4 holding station, 6 order kind of place. Which can get frantic because the dishes were complex. I'm going to go to a simpler level that has a lot more holding stations and a lot more order spots. Let me try, I think this one. Here we go. So this one has brisket sandwich, tostadas, quesadillas. I think that's fried chicken and then sandwiches. It's got side gumbo, maybe? Mashed potatoes, soda, tea. It's got 8 order stations and 6 holding stations and 45 buzz. So this is going to be interesting. Here we go. All right. So there are some things that are like holding station only orders, and this one is one of them. The problem with those sandwiches right there is that they take a long time to make. But the upside of them is that there are a lot of portions that come out through there. Lettuce and onion. You notice that sometimes when I finish an order, I don't immediately send it out. That's because I'm waiting for the side dish holding station to be done. Because I want to be able to make more delicious orders, and that means that I can delay a little bit and get some extra money for doing so. Okay. Oh my god, I could go for like eggs right now. See, now, I want people to eat before the stream, but I literally woke up like 3 hours ago. I just sat down and in my stream prep just played this for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, what am I doing to myself? I am going to be hungry the entire time, and while we're playing Overwatch, I'm going to be starving, and it's going to be great. Oh, man. Oh, I love it every single time. Okay, so the nice thing is that whenever a rush hour comes up, the game is very kind enough to warn you that you're about to get super hecked. So you'll notice that I have like brisket sandwiches going in advance because I am going to say I'm pretty sure they run out very quickly against things like rush hours. And the thing about rush hours is that you want to make sure that you plan someone in advance with the holding stations. Just to make sure that you don't run out of something important while you're in the lurch, which is always really, really bad. It's not as catastrophic as I'm making it sound most of the time, but the issue with that is that you have to take more time prepping the food. And And in some cases, when it's something that takes a really long time, like the brisket sandwiches, that means that people will get impatient and leave while they're waiting for more to be made. There's sort of a grace period mechanic in this game, where if you're making an order and they're already ticking down their patience or whatever's happening, then it will let you sort of refresh when you start making an order in a holding station for them. Hang on. Mustard, cheese, Swiss, chicken, bacon, ciabatta chop. White bread. Oh, shit, that's mustard. Damn it. I'm so sorry, person. I didn't mean to give you mayo on top of your mustard. Lettuce, corn, black beans. Okay. Calm down. Beans, lettuce, sour cream. Oh, man. Pico de gallo, beef, chicken, cheese tortilla. Did take a second to think and clear out these orders. I made so much trash. That sucks. Wheat. Mayo. Red lettuce. Ah! See, I love this game so much, but if you're not prepared for it, it is total sensory overload. Which I really like in this specific context. But it gets so distracting when you're trying to figure out what you're doing. Okay. Take a second to make more mash. Pico, spinach, beef, shrimp, cheese, tortilla. I'm so glad that I have a rage quit game lined up, though. If I get, like, super done with it, then I have a game that will make me probably even angrier, which is sort of my backup plan. Oh, Lord. I'm so glad that I didn't choose to do the original, though, because the original has way more button mashing in it. And also uses the arrow keys, which right now on my super edgy Reaper top, I couldn't actually do very well because I have, like, the tiny arrow keys. Oh, no. I gave him wheat bread. No, wait, this is white bread. What am I kidding? Mustard, Swiss. Now, see, the problem with this is sometimes, too, there's a little bit of slowdown. Which is very good for me. It means I can take a bit of a break. I think mostly it happens when there's, like, a lot of particles and stuff happening. And also, I've actually never streamed this game before. Which is sweet. I actually really love this, and I'm glad that I can get to show it to people. 6 pico beef cheese tortilla. Avocado, black beans, cheese. Shrimp, cheese tortilla. Okay, brisket, less cheese. Wheat, mayo. Okay. Gonna lapse out of silence for a little bit here. Right at the end. Pico beef, chicken, cheese, tortilla. Oh, chicken. Onion, corn, sour cream. There we go. The nice thing, too, about this game, the one parts that I really like about the design, is if you know what you're doing, then you can just get, like, these bursts of just, like, really satisfying slapping sounds. And the amount of times it just sounds like you're intensely putting together, like, some guy's sandwich. Kale. Top. Just makes it sound, like, really worth it. Okay. Not a perfect day. This game's kind of rough, because if you mess up a single order, you won't get a perfect day. And you want perfect days for those gold medals. So, mostly the thing about doing this, though, is that if you get gold medals and stuff, or if you do pretty much anything in this game, level up, get gold medals otherwise, you basically just get new stuff for your restaurant, your designer mode and things. Although occasionally when you level up, I think that's the only case, when you level up, or I think when you get enough gold medals sometimes, it also gives you new foods that you can make. Yeah, I'm a baby. I have to switch back to low. Okay. Oh gosh, hang on. I have to now reset this because I have packed up where my screen is placed. Hang on. See if I can remember how to do this. Is it Alt W? Is it Shift W? Oh well, I now have Cook Serve Delicious centered in the middle of my screen. This the problem was this game wasn't designed super well. So I get stuck in this situation, for instance, where I have a game sitting in the middle of my screen and I forget exactly how to fit around. 1 second. PSD to move window. Because the problem is it's like a borderless window where it's just kind of hanging out. Shift W. Use the arrow keys. Okay, I see what's happening here. I'm gonna have to redo this one. Because it just moved right to the center. Nice thing is it loads up very quickly. So I don't have too many problems with it. There we go. Now I can get it repositioned. It's a little weird, control speaking. The other nice thing about it, and I packed it in my bags in case I wanted to torture myself, is that there's actually like a controller mode too. Which I think I have a file set up to do that, but I don't particularly feel like torturing myself that way right now. Basically, a controller mode relies on what's called universal button binds. So each time you flip a page in the cookbook, it'll take you to a new page, and then you have to use like the triggers or the bumpers or the buttons to sort of dictate what it is that you want. Let's try organic food. Let's take a look. All right. So 5 holding stations, 7 order spots. Let's see what we got. We've got bean burgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, kale chips, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. So usually whenever I make these, I start off with doing the holding station optional orders. And as you do it too, you sort of have to figure out which ones will have more portions and which ones will have less, because it also dictates what ones you'll be making more of. What the heck is this? Oh, it's gazpacho. I have never made this before. Oh, that's great. And the important thing about it is sprouts. Dang it. Onions, lettuce, top bun. The important thing to know, of course, is that when you're in the middle of anything, of course, with the holding station optional orders, things are a little more lenient because you can make them on the spot, but you really want to have them ready right then and there because... Hang on. Yeah, cucumbers. You really want to have them ready right then and there because otherwise you spend precious time and space cooking someone's order on the spot when you could be serving a bunch of things out rapidly and then you can get more money that way. It's kind of a balance of taking on more than you can handle for the express purpose of making more money. Parmesan. My brain just shut off for a second there. I love that when that happens. That's great. Hi, everybody. It's early morning. Good morning. How are you? We're about a half hour in, so I want to take a second to remind everybody that this is the Voxus 25-hour stream. We do this yearly, and we do it for charity. Thanks to Paul for helping organize this thing. We are doing it this year for the Dell Children's Hospital. We have a modest goal of about, I want to say, what is it, $500? And last I checked, anyway, we were up to maybe about $250. If you have money, you know, please donate. If you don't, please spread the word. Anything to boost awareness, it means a whole lot to us. Just give us a shout. I am inviting destruction upon myself by trying to do this shtick, and also that's at the same time. Parmesan, onions, broccoli, miso sauce. Bean, tomato, lettuce, onion. But yeah, if you can do us a favor, spread the word, get the word out, let people know that we're streaming, let people know that we've got maybe, I think, a couple more hours in this. There's the end of my block, and then there will be the one where we all just get together with whoever's awake and do some Overwatch, which I'll still be... Oops. I'm sorry, I've just served raw pasta. That's always good. Lord. Well, whoever gets that, they're gonna have to cook their meal. And I do apologize for that fact. Olive oil, croutons, flowers. Okay. Onion. Bean patties, sprouts, pineapple, lettuce, top on. $2.85. Dang, that's really great. Oh yeah, that's right. There's like a $25 donation right at the end of the Stuff Press block. That's great. I love that. Oh Lord. Vegetable. Tell them it's an exotic recipe. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sir, I'm giving you your pasta tartare. It's the opposite of having it al dente. I hope you enjoy. You may need to use this burner we've provided to your table. Just kind of throw it on the pan, you know. It's like a sort of okonomiyaki sort of style thing. Some oil, lettuce, purple flour. No, pink flour. Dang. A place where you just literally cook your own food, like, right then and there. Like, they just give you the space to cook your food. Actually, I guess that would be kind of nice, because then you just have, oh, fuck. Damn it. Because then, like, you'd just be renting out the space to, like, make your own food. They'd provide the fridge. And then you just kind of, they clean up after you, right? Bean, tomatoes, sprouts. You can tell which recipes I've made before and which ones I haven't, just by how quickly I'm doing them all. Which is to say, all of these, oh, Lord. Puree. There we go. All of these, organic foods I've never made before. In real life and in game. I didn't need a slap of realism in my face, but I've received it. Bean patty. Oh man, I leveled up. Sweet. Yeah! So yeah, there's levels in this game. Levels sort of just dictate what you have access to at the start. Pretty much just like, so you don't go playing the really high level stuff at the start. And murdering your fingers with pain and suffering. Olive oil, tomatoes. Someone tell me what gazpacho is, because to me it looks like just kind of like a mush. And I'm sure it's a delicious food, but I just don't understand or appreciate it. I love this person who decided to order pasta like 4 minutes before closing. Okay, so check this out. I'm just gonna sit there with this person who's ordered pasta like literally 10 minutes before closing. Time moves at an accelerated pace. This is the opposite of super hot. So literally an hour after closing, I have served them their pasta. They stuck around for like an hour, just staring at me intensely in the kitchen as I just whipped up some pasta for them. Is gazpacho Russian? Dang. I think, cause like, I know borscht. Borscht, I think, is also... No, is it a cold... It might be a warm soup. Or warm stew. I always forget. So when you level up, you get a bunch of cool stuff. And illusion. Okay, yeah, that's way different. Yeah! Hang on, let's see what new levels I got, because this is going to be interesting. Oh, man. Hey, guess what? Time for another one of these. Okay, so this one has egg drop soup, craft soup, craft beer, sushi, a fried tofu, ramen, and egg rolls. So it's not that different from the other one. It's just worse. Okay, borscht. Yeah, it's warm. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Borscht is like a beet soup, yeah? Man, all these soups. I'm very bad at soups. So literally all this level does is it adds tofu, which that is cooked this time, which means that you have time pressure to prepare it. Or at least more of a time pressure. And then it adds beer, which is its own nightmare that you'll see when it comes up. On top of the ramen and the sushi, which is just great. Oh, man. Here we go. Rice, salmon, crab, wasabi, eel, tuna. Okay, so here's beer. How do you do beer? Pour it until you hit a fill line. If you go over that fill line or you go under it, sorry, you hecked up. It's kind of hard to see, so you just kind of gotta, like, feel it. Just making that extra now, because all I have is side dishes, so I can kind of take it easy on that front. Yeah, there's that. Actually, there's the not enough beer in this pitcher, and there's the too much beer in this pitcher, which is especially great because it's like, dude, you could just like wipe it off, you know, just like clean up the pitcher a little bit after you throw it down. Although I guess the problem with that is that you kind of ruined the head of the beer at that point, so maybe you'd have to like re-pour it, and at that point it's just too much effort. Watch. Yeah. Oh lord, my sushi orders are going down. This is really bad. I'll get to you. Okay, cool. Okay, somehow I made it through that without messing up. I'm very surprised. I thought I was gonna heck it, like, instantly. 2 pitchers of beer for, like, the family out there. I could go for some borscht. It's really cold right now. And I've also never had it, and I feel like trying it now that we've been talking about it. I love these egregious rolls with mayo in them. I've never had sushi with mayo in it. And perhaps I'm missing out. But it just never struck me as a thing that people do. Then again, I think there's like a certain sort of mayo that's more of a Japanese recipe that I don't know about. Or that I remember that people use, but I can't recall how it differs from just like the mayo that I'm used to anyway. Oh yeah, the other thing about this game compared to the original Cook Serve Delicious, by the way, they start you off with every recipe at once. So if you're doing something in Cook Serve Delicious 1, you have to upgrade your foods in order to get like more complicated recipes that also mean that your foods are worth more. In this game, they just kind of start you off running. It's really much more of like a sequel to the original sort of situation. Did I put in... Oh man, I hope I didn't mess up. I'm about to find out. Pork, cabbage, corn, egg, mussel, bodashi. Oh no. I hacked up somewhere. Flow broken. Flow broken. Brain hurts. Oh, I didn't put in the cockney in. Ah, I'm the worst. Well, that was a heck. It's carrots, crab, shrimp, mayo, asparagus. Nice. Crab. I make you all some egg drop soup and that soup. Yep. Nope. Centers of brain permanently destroyed. Come on. Rice, cucumber, carrots, crab, tuna. Man, I've done this to myself, huh? Ah, I really want a warm bowl of ramen. I keep doing this to myself, I swear. The nice thing about playing this game is that everything kind of blends together, so you just get hungry for, like, food in general. I appreciate how patient these people have been. And especially this person who's going to be waiting, like, an hour for me to finish their ramen. Okay, so it's in-game, it's about... Hang on. Cockney, butter, cabbage, corn, combo. So in-game, it's about 11:32. We're just hanging out now. Hey, buddy. How's your life? How's it going? Waiting for this ramen. Is it good? Thanks. They waited until past midnight for a bowl of ramen. I appreciate their dedication to the restaurant. Okay, here we go. Ah, silver medal. I hate it. I'm going to be getting a ton of silver medal this stream, I swear. Okay. I'm going to go to one of my favorite theme restaurants, which is called Poppers and Crunchies, and the reason why it's my favorite is because everything in it is fried. Look at all this fried food. This is so unhealthy. I love it. It's great. So the other nice thing about the Chef for Hire mode is that it's really goofy. So if you go over to this little information bubble, you can get some flavor text about each of these places that you're doing a Chef for Hire level at. So let me just read this one out. Poppers and Crunchies believes that you deserve better than the typical fried food that's associated with the poor and obese, while at the same time welcoming the poor and obese to partake in our selection of signature fried foods. Our unique selection includes such innovative foods as fried chicken, fried fish, fried onion rings, and perfectly cut french fries. If you're not 100% satisfied with your fried food at Poppers and Crunchies, we will personally apologize and try to buy your silence with a coupon for 10% off of your next purchase of $100 or more. Poppers and Crunchies. This is what you're worth. Get ready for some greasy food. Friend goodness. I saw that. Oh no. I don't want to throw them out just after I put them in. So, with how Poppers and Crunchies works, it means you can prep literally everything in advance. Well, almost literally everything in advance. And then you just kind of sit. And you wait. And you just hang out while your food cooks. And then when you run out, you just cook some more. I'm waiting for the fries to finish, though, because people need side dishes. Yeah! Oh, man, you know what I could go for right now? I should have just called this the Munchie stream. Although, I guess it's, like, in the weird part of the night, so... No, it's just out of the weird part of the night, so it didn't quite work like that. I could go for, like, some tacos right now. Oh my god, a Futurama podcast. I could get into that. I could also just get into marathoning all of Futurama from the beginning. That's really good. The problem is, like, on one hand, it's the weird part of the night, but on the East Coast, it's almost about 6 a.m. right now. So this is also the time when my parents would be getting up during the, what the heck is it? It's, when they're getting up for work and when they actually just have breakfast, which for both of them, I think is just a cup of coffee. Oh, man, so this is why I love this place. Shoot, what did I run out of? Because once you start getting a lot of orders out, it's just like you're just slamming buttons. You're just mashing buttons to send them all out, and it feels really good each time. I think I ran out of chicken strips. So this is one of the most single satisfying restaurants to play in this game. Because once you have everything ready, you just sending out all these orders at once. Oh no, buddy, your internet. That's not good. I may have to take you up on that offer, by the way, Jade. We'll see. So in a restaurant like this, having an established order in your holding stations is really good, because then when you look at it, you'll know in an instant what it is that you're missing. And it has exactly as many holding stations as you have for food. It's great for keeping some sort of order, which in this sort of game is really important. Because otherwise, if you're flipping your foods all around in your holding stations, then it's really hard to keep track of what it is that you have and what it is that you don't have at a glance. The nice thing about this restaurant being like so themed around all these fried foods is that it means it's really, really simple and easy to keep track of everything that's happening. It means that cooking something is a lower investment, because all you have to do is just fry up a new batch of foods, and then everyone's like, yeah, okay, we'll wait. We smell that sweet steak fingers sizzling through the kitchen window. Ah, this is just some really good jazz. Ah, rush hour's coming. So I'm going to do something right now. I'm just going to throw out the steak fingers and make some more in advance, so we have a fresh batch when they come out. The nice thing about holding stations is that I can throw everything out at once if I wanted to. And then I just have to make new food. But that's fine, because then you get a fresh batch. That's sort of part of the game with holding stations. Add chimichangas. Add steak fingers. Add fries. Okay. I'm not going to wait around to try and get all my delicious orders, though. Because otherwise I would be torturing myself. Oh yeah, this game is also much of a commentary about how food gets wasted. Like, you can see it happen. Oh, dunk. Oh no, I gave him popcorn shrimp. I didn't think I could hack this up, and somehow I managed to hack it up. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know anyone that would be mad about getting popcorn shrimp over normal shrimp, but maybe that's just me. Oh, they're angry. Ah, love will find a way, and so will my klutziness, I guess. Klutziness? Yeah, I guess that's a word, huh? If they have a shellfish allergy, though, then does removing the shrimp from the shell really do much? Because popcorn shrimp still is shrimp. Ugh. Silver medal! Yay! I'm so sad. Why? Why? Okay. So, it's almost 6. They have a popcorn shellfish allergy. Nice. Let's take you all to Slammy's old-fashioned barbecue. Where this place is literally all about just stuffing people full of barbecued meats. It's great. I love it. This is the kind of place that I would like to eat at. Look at all these holding station foods. This sucks. I messed up. So the nice thing about Uncle Sammy's is that all these holding station foods are really simple to make. But the problem is that they take really long to make. Barbecue is really about finding what kind of barbecue works for you, I think. And like, it makes sense also if you just don't like it, because it really is just like, you sit down and you have like a plate full of meat in front of you, and you just eat all that meat. Yeah, that is true. Barbecue is also a very quintessentially American thing. So, it's so slathered. Oh my god. But I also think it's sort of like you have to figure out what kind of barbecue you do like. The problem with it is that over here in the States, you got like Texas barbecue, you got California barbecue, you got Tennessee, like Nashville style barbecue, mainland Carolina, East Carolina, and I think like there are probably some other like northern states that have a thing. Barbecue is primarily, I think it's primarily southern food. Someone will have to correct me on that though. My personal favorite type of barbecue though is East Carolina barbecue, which is, it uses vinegar based sauce. So there has this really nice like tang to it. But ironically, the best Carolina barbecue we found is at a place called Carolina Brothers, but it's literally like down the street from me. I've actually gone and eaten, or I've go to North Carolina every year as a part of a beach trip kind of thing. What did I run out of? Shoot, I don't remember. But yeah, I go to North Carolina every year as part of just a beach trip that my family does. And... oh shit, I'm out of chili. Hang on. Green onions. Oh no. That's bad. But yeah, I go every year as a part of a beach trip that we do. And we used to go to a place called High Cotton, you know, sort of play off of summertime, and the living is easy, that, you know, Porgy and Bess. And it used to be really good. And then it stopped being good. And then we went back to Virginia, and we found a place that served Carolina-style barbecue that was better than a place in Carolina, which was just kind of something that threw us all for a loop. da, 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 da. Oh, junk. So I'm gonna make more turkey now, while it's not rush hour. Oh, I also love a really good steak. We just had, so my pops, he is a big proponent of sous vide in food, and for a while he had one of those sous vide sticks, the one where you just sort of prepare a pot of water and then you stick it in and you make a water bath. But he picked up this like Kickstarter something or other. Okay, he picked up some sort of Kickstarter thing where like you actually have like a proper water bath and it's decently cheap. And I think last night he actually made some, because I was out shopping in the morning before that, and I got some center cut steaks, some strip steaks, and he actually set it up to make those sous vide steaks before dinner. And the nice thing about sous vide is what happens is, so you put sort of the steak into like an airtight bag, and then you put that airtight bag into the water bath, which then sort of cooks the steak at a really low temperature. And I don't remember the exacts, but something about how the machine works means that sort of the inside maintains an equal temperature all across. So when you take out that steak, it's cooked all the way through, and then all you need to do is throw it onto a pan and then sear it to get that extra flavor out of there. One sec. Oh, shoot. Put white bread on there instead of wheat bread. Jeez. Vicky. Ah, shoot. Ooh, that's bad. So, because of how that works, when you get the steak out of, like, the sous vide, like, whatever you're using to sous vide, it doesn't look very appetizing because it's just kind of like a mass of like uniformly cooked sort of gray meat. Since it doesn't have what we're super used to, which is like the sear lines across the steak. And that's why you just gotta take it out, throw it on the pan for a couple minutes on each side. Oh, shoot. I think I forgot to put a bun on them. I gave them an open-faced sandwich. I'm getting super tilted, I swear. Quick Serve Delicious is also a great game because all the levels take about maybe 7 minutes to do, if you're really fluent at it. Actually, no matter what, they take about 7 minutes to do. From start to finish. So if you're really just hankering for something quick to do, you can boot this up and then do like a few levels and then just take off. This menu is not exotic. I just threw a sandwich at them without like a bun on top and it's like, hey, have this, have this. Just take it. It's yours. I'm removing a barrier to your meat, sir. There we go. Oh, Lord. One average order. Sadness. Okay, so it's about 6 a.m. I want to take a second to remind everybody that this is part of our 25-hour stream that we do for Voxus every year. This one's 2017, Extra Life. We are doing this one for the Dell Children's Hospital. If I'm not mistaken, last time someone reminded me of the amount, we're up to about $285. Donate link is in the description below. Someone will also probably drop in the chat. That someone will be me this time. Oh, actually, it'll be Jade. If you could please do it, it goes to a great cause. Both Voxus and Extra Life do not see a penny of that money. That money goes directly to the Dell Children's Hospital. It's $300? Hell yeah. Ah, we broke 300. I'm so proud. But yes, that money goes directly to the Dell Children's Hospital. It's for a good cause. We're doing it for the children. We have about 3 hours left in our 25-hour stream, so get the word out. If you have any money, if you are able to submit any donations, that's great. If you don't, if you could please spread the word, let people know that there's some crazy person streaming about food at 6 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast and rambling on about his favorite dishes. That'd be great. It's all for the children, I say, as I torture myself playing this food game and making myself hungry before breakfast. Later in the day, though, we're going to do gyudon, I think, so I am not all that salty about it. I'm super looking forward to having gyudon. Let's try this pizza place. I've never done any levels here. And also, it'll be a good time to sort of chill out for a bit, because I have been going super hard on the higher levels. So the nice thing about the lower levels is that they have a low amount of stations and a low amount of holding stations and also a low amount of buzz. Buzz is essentially just what dictates like how many people are going to come to your restaurant in a day, more or less. See, this game's great. It's just like when you're watching it and it flows really well, it just gets you super captured. Like, I'm playing this game, I'm also like 100% mind flooded. Oh, I already hacked it. You know what? I'm so early on. Screw it. I already have a silver medal here anyway, so I might as well go for gold. Or try for gold at least once. Okay. Gonna get some boneless wings. I'm just jamming in my chair. Oh, excuse me. I love this music so much. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-bum. Funny thing, if you let an order burn for too long, you can actually catch your kitchen on fire. I've never done it because I've never done that badly, but I've seen other people play this game, and it's so great in the middle of rush hour when you have all of your orders going and the kitchen is on fire. The feeling of panic that induces is just so amazing. A fried chicken bath bomb? Can I get that, please? That's the worst. That is perfectly what I expect from KFC these days because they've fallen like firmly into weird Twitter though. Super focused. Taco Bell is a heavenly odor, and by that I mean it's kind of unique. I like the taco... Oh, hell, I messed up. I like the Taco Bell smell, but only because I tend to go late at night, where there's actually not too much of it, so it's not, like, overpowering. Like, on my way to work, because I work night shift, usually. I took off from it today because of the stream. Look, the only way that I know how to sell American like fast food restaurants is that they're trash, and like that's exactly what you want when you're there. It's like, I heard a story once from one of my friends, right? Who they went to visit like Paris, and like they were eating out like a ton of really good restaurants, and it was great. But they sat down and they're like, "But I was there for so long, and the first thing I wanted when I got back was just like the worst Pizza Hut pizza I could ever have, just like jam packed with everything that makes it terrible." Yeah, but I'm talking the worst grease. The worst grease. I'm talking getting a Grand Mac at like 1 a.m. in the morning. That was redundant. I'm just popping off now. I will gladly take up the offer for a UK fried breakfast, because that sounds delicious. But also lard upon lard. Oh heck, I'm out of pizza. I'm out of pizza in a pizza place. What am I doing? Heck. The nice thing about holding station only foods is it's impossible to mess them up. Or rather, when you mess them up, it just puts you back a little bit. And then that's just fine. You can just remake it. Breakfast debate. I love breakfast. Thanks. There's always one. So I just gave him salad with the tiramisu. I hope they liked it. I messed up. Oh, I guess I leveled up. I didn't realize it, huh? Lordy, lordy, loo. Okay. Back to the higher level stuff. So this is probably one of my favorite restaurants in the game. It's called the Budget Food Presents the World Tour. And it basically just gives you like cheap but food from all over the place. A common menu item on this one is like blood or pig's blood sausages, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this one. Night, friend. 9 stations, 6 holding stations. This should be interesting. Here we go! Tabale. I've never had this one. Numb. Black rice. Stuffed artichokes. Brown rice. Oh, French toast. It's so good. But also really unhealthy. I've never had it, and it looks really good, but also, like, there's one form in this game that has couscous in it, and I absolutely despise couscous. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I've had it a few times, and I'm very bad at it. but it looks really fresh. So I'm not gonna fault it there. It's me that's the problem. Tandoori samosas. Oh man, samosas, that would be really good. I must have never had it prepared well then. But it's for the same reason why I also am not too much of a fan of lentils, I guess. Kazu Marsu. You're not wrong there. Garlic does make pretty much everything better. My family is the type of family where when we see garlic in a recipe, we usually add maybe about twice what's recommended to maybe 3 times if we're feeling especially spicy. Hang on, focusing. Oh. Ah. Oh, that just doesn't stop. Numb. Okay. Shoot. So many chores. Oh no, no garlic? That's a terrible life. Peanut butter with cream cheese and avocado. That's a new one. I guess because peanut butter is like peanuts, though, is why it's not that weird. But that definitely is like something to me comes off as a stranger combination. Because cream cheese and avocado makes sense to me. And the peanut butter on top of that does not make as much sense, I guess. If I had to pick it apart. Jeez. Ah, that's a good life. To smell like garlic. Makes your breath smell terrible, but it makes everything taste good. Tag. Okay. Damn it. Slightly too soft. Go. I'm getting super tilted now. Okay, made it through. 2 average orders, but, you know, beggars and choosers, right? It's... Don't worry. I'm about... if I was typing right now, I think I'd be about as incoherent. I woke up maybe about... was it 3 or 4 hours ago? Daylight savings time flipped over at some point, so... Oh, hey, we're also finally lined back up with English time. Well, as lined up as you can get, I guess, with 5 hours difference on the East Coast. I had about 7 hours of sleep, actually. So after we finished, like, our Tony Hawk's Underground block, I went downstairs and then, like, we're like, yeah, let's play some Overwatch afterwards. I started up and I did the patching thing and everything. Immediately passed out as soon as, like, the patch started. Painting a giraffe? I think that was a giraffe painting. Let's try the Far East. Maybe not. Oh, there's a Konomiyaki. Oh, Lord. I'm just going to try this one on for size. E. It's just E. Oh, wait, hang on. I remember this one had a really good description. Okay, so let's take a look at the description for E. In the English alphabet, E is by far the most frequently used letter. Though it may be common, we believe it still can be special. At E, only those with the letter E in their name may make a reservation. By banning the riffraff who can't afford the letter E, our exclusive restaurant ensures you'll only have the highest quality experience. We serve a broad range of food to accommodate a wide range of tastes and preferences. If you'd like to make a booking, please contact our manager, Erica Eagleby, on extension 315. I want to note for reference, by the way, like, my name does not have an E anywhere in it. People misspell it with an E in there, but I just don't have it. So I couldn't eat there. Okay. Here we go. Oh, they have double A too, huh? Nap. Okay. Oh, it's raining. In the game, anyway. Man, chicken pot pie. That sounds really good. Beef, lettuce, avocado, onions. Big at the top. Yeah, good luck with sleep schedule stuff. I work night shift, so for me, my sleep schedule has to be opposite everyone else's most of the time. So, boy, do I know about having messed up sleep time. On the bright side, I have blackout curtains in my room, so it makes it a little bit easier to deal with, but for the most part, you know, it's not fun. It's fine, though. Hey, it means that I get up perfectly for all of those things that happen in GMT, right? I'm essentially on like a European schedule. That's how it works, isn't it? I have never slept through anything. What are you talking about? I didn't sleep through a stream literally last week. Like an absolute doofus. Or missed an alarm going off. Yeah, of course. Absolutely I haven't. What are you talking about? Shit. L, B... Yeah, bacon's A. Oh, that throws me for a loop. Ramen, yeah. The good stuff. Okay, see. Whatever. Good luck at that new job, by the way. That's always rough. I'm sure it'll be fine, but even so, a little extra can't hurt. Don't burn yourself! I never bartended. I don't think I'm even qualified to bartend. I don't know if you really have to have a qualification to bartend per se, but I feel like you do. Besides being age of majority. At least you aren't the type of person who cooks fish at 6 a.m. in the morning. Which for me would be really good, but I understand for a lot of people it's not the best thing to wake up to. Dunk. I hacked somewhere. I love... Oh god, I hacked again. I had to work for that average order. Not going well today. Yeah, I always figured it was kind of a, not a school thing, but mostly just a, hey, you need to have, like, some sort of certificate. Because the same thing happens for, like, some jobs. There's obviously, like, I shouldn't say obviously. There's, for instance, I'm trying to look at getting into a, C+ kind of thing. No, not C+. Was it C+? No. Junk. Yeah, I think it was C+. I can't remember off the top of my head. Some sort of, I think it was actually S+, the security certification thing. And from my impression, you at least have to pass a test of some kind. And there is a class, or you can read through a book to try and study on your own in order to qualify for and then finish the stuff. I've done so badly to these people. I only got a bronze. Oh, that's painful. Oh man, that's wild. Like a bar at your university? That doesn't happen. Actually, I think well, for the problem over here, of course, is that when for us the drinking age is 21. So, I don't think for the most part you would have like a college or a university that would actually host a bar. Maybe for like grad students. Lord. Okay, we're at about 3 minutes until 6:30, so I gotta do the spiel again. I want to remind everybody that this is part of our 25-hour stream that we do every year as a part of Extra Life for Voxus. We are raising money for the Dell Children's Hospital. I think last time I was reminded the dollar amount is about $300. Every donation means something if you have money, and if you can spare it, please, please, please donate. If you don't, then please, please spread the word. Let us know that we're still doing the stream for about 2.5 hours. After I finish off my block, we're going to do some Overwatch or possibly TF2 with whoever's awake. And I think I'm also going to be passing the keys back to Paul at that point. But it's going to be interesting. If you could please just help us work towards our goal of about $500 before the end. Every little bit helps. We won't see a cent of that money. Extra Life won't see a cent of that money. That's all going straight to the Dell Children's Hospital. So, want it again. Please and thank you. What do? I really wish I could get to like these high-level places, but I need to be an even higher level than I am. I think I'm gonna go for the breakfast food because it's only appropriate. I'm gonna go for the highest level of the breakfast place because I want to go out with a bang. Look at this mess. There's 11 holding stations. Sorry, 11 actual order stations and 8 holding stations. So this is gonna be a very bad. I don't think I've ever done one that's this crazy. So this is going to get interesting. Egg base, ham, cheese, bacon. Potato. So excuse me while I lapse into silence while trying to figure out how to work this with my brain. Oh, shoot. Oh lord, this is so chaotic. I didn't even believe. Oh, whoops. I've made people sick. Because I didn't finish the traps soon enough. Okay, this rush hour is going to be really interesting. Oh no. Oh no. I have done myself dirty. Oh no, this is just too much. Yeah, the time-based buzz is... So, the thing about Cook Serve Delicious 2 is that Jubbigans is actually still working on doing, I think, a classic mode, more related to how Cook Serve Delicious 1 was. With all of the buzzes in place. That place murdered me. Holy crap, I was not expecting that. Actually, I was expecting that, and I got exactly what I expected and could not stick along. Oh... Okay. I just take a second to center myself. Oh my god. I want to see if I can do this if I focus, so I'm going to go sans commentary for a bit and just try to go full focus on this specific shift, and let's see what happens. So it'll just be some intense cooking and sizzling. Okay. RS TTMNS. Shoot. Oh, I see where I'm going wrong. Instantly, I understand. Okay, so I understand where I went wrong, and I'm going to just stop here before I keep on going. That's the place where side dishes are important, and I ran out of them all the way through. So that's why everything was starting to get on fire, is because everyone's impatient, because they couldn't get their dang eggs. I'm gonna go switch to a different restaurant before I shame myself even more. Well, beef, peas and carrots. So everyone can see that I did that in the spirit of backing down. Dun, dun, dun. That is true, though. So, there was a funny bug that happened with this game, where what would happen is that people would do really well at their restaurants, and then it would get higher and higher buzz. And the problem was the buzz wouldn't get capped, so it would eventually get down to the point where you'd only have about 2 seconds before someone would start getting pissed off that their order wasn't happening. And so, eventually, put out a patch that capped the buzz at like 110%, I think. But for a while there, people were just having these long strides where they could barely get through a day, and they had to have like a bunch of foods that they could make quickly and instantly, because otherwise it would just be like this rapid fire list of people that are waiting for something to come that's still cooking, and then they leave like 5 times over before it's ever done cooking. Okay. I think the thing that also threw me off is that the first time I've ever had to deal with holy stations larger than the number 10. So that goes into like regions of using the minus key and stuff on your keyboard, which is a little less easy to keep in mind. Oh shoot, I'm out of ribs. shoot. I'm a fool. I gave him barely cooked chicken. Everyone have barely cooked food. What do you mean food poisoning is a thing? Okay. Peas and carrots. Oh man, it's a really good day. Yay. I am looking forward to jamming with everybody at the end of the stream too. That's always the most fun part of these streams, at the end times when everyone gets together. Sadly, this time I won't be going to McDonald's. Just, well, because I'm not working today. I actually had the foresight to take off this time. So this time I won't have me going to McDonald's captured on stream unless I literally like pick up the phone, get into a voice call, and then motor my way back over after I've ordered food and taken it back here. Which is like a 5-minute drive back and forth, so I could feasibly do it, but I don't think so. The tantalizing flavors of tartare, but yeah, everything's cooked like barely more than rare. Actually, it's cooked barely less than rare, to be honest. This restaurant is full of nightmares. No one ever let me open up a restaurant, because this is probably what would happen. I am absent-minded enough for that to be a problem. I wouldn't even make it to, like, the kitchen nightmares. I wouldn't be entertainingly bad, I'd just be bad. Shit. Ah, I'm just tilting now. Oh, over-seasoned. Actually, over-tenderized. So, the nice thing about chicken in this game compared to the original Quick Serve Delicious is you can tell how many times you've hit it, but if you're careless, then it just kind of gets over-tenderized, and that's all you can do, and you just have to deal with it. I don't know, someone might order ribs this late. I've made a total hash of this restaurant's reputation. Which is even worse because this place doesn't even serve breakfast. Probably because, realistically speaking, it would be a matter of hours and not 7 minutes. Which is why everything in this game goes so wrong, because I'm doing everything in 7 minutes. So, as much as I enjoy Albert Weskering it up, 7 minutes is all they have to play with me. Oh man, a cafe. Do better than me in this game. Please, for the love of God. I just got roasted. Da da da. Yeah, man, chopped biscuit sandwich should be really good. Don't worry, I'm also tired, buddy. This is exactly the hour for it. Well, let's say I'm tired, but I'm also bouncing off the friggin' walls right now. So it may not be entirely true. Like, my foot is going nuts. There's like this, Bionicle that Marcy has on this studio desk. And it's detecting my movement. It is waving along with my feet bouncing. It's great. Oh, I leveled up, somehow. After ruining all these people's foods by making it less than raw. Or less than rare, rather. Oh look, Salisbury steak. Oh no. I messed up. Again. Is that really? That would explain a lot, actually. I don't think I'm the kind of person to quite do that, though. Whenever I'm extremely tired, I do get second wind sometimes, but... Oh, junk. Anyway, I do get second wind sometimes, but I feel like I'm more of the person to just pass out where I'm standing. When I was walking around, I took a trip to Portland to visit Badger and friends. And every night after we got back to the hotel, I would just, like, completely zonk out. They said they'd never seen someone fall asleep so quickly before. Or rather, they said that they never seen someone fall asleep more quickly than Badger does. Which was great. I was really amused by that fact. Falling asleep in a battle of the bands. I think I remember you telling that story. Okay. Oh man, here we go. I'm in the flow now. This feels real good. Okay. Okay, there we go. Everything's going right for me now. That's incredible. Fire alarm. Lord. The moments you'll live for. Okay. Oh no, I did not mean to hit F1 and bring up Bing. I don't even use that web browser. I hate that web browser. Or web search engine, rather. Okay. I think after this, I probably have time for one more, and then I'm gonna go tap Paul and see what the plan is regarding this Overwatch thing that we're doing. Oh, Lord, buddy. Okay. Paul sent that message like a while ago, and it said Overwatch in over an hour and a half, and I was like, what, an hour and a half? There's only 10 minutes left. I was frightened for a moment there, because I thought I had lost track of time, and I had traveled backwards from the future into the past. That picture was just lips. Metal in your tongue? Dang. I never had that as an experience, but that does not sound fun. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? So the Overwatch block is pretty much whoever's awake, and I cannot guarantee who is or is not awake at that point. That's sort of the tough stuff right there. Oh, shoot. So I'm just gonna buy a bunch of food and chowder. Yeah, that's time travel. Although it only ever allows me to go forward, not backwards. That one's new to me. Did he say that? I have zero idea. I would have to ask him. Preferably when he is specifically on stream. I won't at you with that one. It's an easy one to misremember. I thought that he meant whoever was awake in terms of, like, friends and crew, though. I'm not sure. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's set up a delicious menu. This will be my last thing. I'm gonna say... I'm gonna do just completely random crap. This is gonna be weird. Okay, here we go. The time to just go nuts with everything that I shouldn't be doing. They do. Everyone looks very sad to be eating what it is that I'm giving them. They're like, why are they giving me Salisbury steak and, like, then tofu? And, like, steak fingers? And tazakuri? I think in Cook Serve Delicious 2, they change based on what sort of menu you're offering, but I'm not 100% sure. Because different places have different types of people. Actually, it might be based off of your reputation, now that I think about it. Because there is, like, a level, and I have, like, a 3-star and 3.5-star level right now. Dope. I've done myself badly. Yeah, there we go. That's that sensory overload I'm looking for. Nope. Part of the problem is just that I have so many chores that end up piling up. It makes it so stressful to focus. Happy move your clock back 1 hour a day. Yep, that's the day it is today. Hope y'all like it. This only comes after we move it forward. Turns out my strategy of serving people random food is maybe not the best one. Okay, here comes another rush hour. Okay. What's burning? Shoot. we come to the end of the day, and I realized that I just got completely into flow. That's such a difficult thing to break out of. It's one of those nice things where you can just kind of meld into things for a while and just understand what's happening. This is really one of those games that works better the less you think about it, but you can only do that once you've played it enough times. And the chores kind of help to contribute to that feeling, I feel like. Since they're so easy and simple to learn, and you'll be doing them at the same time, they sort of make space in between the other tasks. A culinary adventure of eating whatever they could slap together with items that were within arm's reach at the time. Yep, that's me. That's what I'm doing right now. That's why they have fish, burgers, and steak fingers. The burgers are actually beef patties, or bean patties. And I only found it out when I looked at it twice. I actually did, for throwing in a bunch of random crap, more decently than I thought I would, so I'll take it. Alright, everybody. And this is where I must say farewell, because it's time to turn it over back to Paul to the Overwatch stuff, which I'll probably be joining in on. But this has been Cook Serve Delicious 2. This is the Voxus Extra live stream. Give us a shout. I'll see you next block.